your family, meet your fellow member, Candace. Candace, where do you hail from?
Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin.
All right. Go Cheeseheads.
Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. They made you say it twice, didn't they?
So your last question for the evening. So we bring you up and let you see what we get to look at. Feel very blessed by it. Ellen, pass this up.
So I'm a therapist, so I've asked a mental health question.
Wait, what kind of therapist?
Wait, we're going to ask you a mental health question.
Mental health. Okay. So you're asking us a mental health question. Okay.
So in 15 seasons of acting out constant trauma, how did it affect you and how did you take care of your mental health?
It's a great question, and there's so many ways to think about this. I've never really thought about it. I think in the long term, it was so great, and I kind of touched on this earlier in our meet and greet, about because we were playing in a sci-fi world where there are no boundaries, really. We got to explore, Gilmore Girls, we got to explore working at a grocery store and being Lori's boyfriend. But here, you know, we both played multiple characters, we both had victories and losses, and we lost people we loved, we gained people we loved. So long term, I think it taught me curiosity, helped me really learn to be curious, because I was just so curious. Short term, there were certainly days getting home after a really hard emotional scene, it's like, oh my God, I'm completely exhausted. And we talk about it sometimes. We'd have the whole days where we do a fight sequence. And you know, you're sweating and you're tired. You get home and you're like, man, that was great. And then you have days where it'd be like emotionally draining for Sam or Dean. You get home and you'd be like, I cannot move. Like I'd rather go run 10 miles than, or not rather, but I feel less tired.
You would run. You ran a lot for your
Yeah, I just don't know how to
sanity.
deal with it. Yeah.
Like I always was like, exactly. And that's not easy to do. He would get, even if we got home late, it was like a 14-hour day, and then we had like we were a tight turnaround, like we were maybe getting forced, and so we'd have to come in, you know, 9 hours later or something. He would still get up and he would run his 4 or 5 miles, and I'd be like, did you run this morning? So, yeah. And it wasn't because he was like, I mean, he is health conscious, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm, you know, worried about my physicality. It was mental for him. He needed to get up and he needed to have that moment. For me, I just couldn't do that. But I also didn't, that wouldn't have worked for me anyway. That wasn't my tool. I know that was definitely your tool. My tool was just, I kind of buried myself or prided myself in just the work every day. Like, and if I wasn't working, then I was moving. I was going, I was traveling somewhere, or I was doing something, and so I just kept busy. Busy was my buddy.
Thank you so much for your question. Thank you, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin Rapids.
That sounds cheesy.
Yeah, it does.